If you feel like you're not a natural storyteller, and if you feel like actually, even though the ideas inside your head may feel so interesting, somehow when they come out, they sound a little boring, I can give you some tips and tools to help you with that. So, firstly is a tool called spice. The idea of spice is that you will have a unique perspective. You will have a take on something that is just originally and uniquely you. That's what you want to bring into your conversation to give it the flavor of you, because really everybody just wants to see you. People want to see people. They want to connect with the real human. So your spice could be as simple as a word that's more interesting than a generic word. For example, instead of saying, "That's a great document you've created," you might say, "That's written in an entirely compelling way." Or you might say of someone's presentation, not "that was fabulous," but "that was magnetic." So a word chosen carefully can add that spice. You can go in a more detailed way with spice. It could be a unique perspective or a metaphor or a story or an experience. But there's some way of adding the flavor of you, what makes you interested in this subject, that is going to light it up and make it interesting for other people. So the first thing is to start to find your spice and to bring it into your conversation. How do you find your spice? Ask yourself some questions. What do you think about that? What's interesting about that to you? What do you feel? What is visually interesting about that? Whatever angle you want to take it, dig in a bit to get your personal spice. Secondly is an idea called vocal gravity. And this is really important in terms of giving you some of that weight and that authority. So you feel that people listen to you and take you seriously. Now, vocal gravity is kind of descriptive. The clue is in the title. It's the idea that there is a weight to what you're saying, and whatever has weight, as we know, must come down. So it's the opposite of going up at the end of the words like this, going up, so everything's a question. Now that can be really floaty and difficult to capture. And what we want to do is give the weight and the gravitas to our ideas. We do that with coming down with our tonality at the end of our thoughts and ideas so that they land, so that they have weight. A third idea is on facial expression. So what happens when we're beating ourselves up inside our heads or having what we call the internal heckler, a little voice in our heads that tells us that we're boring and people aren't listening, is that it can have a very physically limiting effect. It can be like a straitjacket. And it can cramp us up, tense our voices, and also make our face pretty immobile. Some people have less expressive faces than others, and some people don't use their bodies very much. And that's fine, but actually, no matter where you are on the spectrum, giving yourself a little bit more freedom to move, to express with your eyes, to express with your smile, to express with your gesture and your body, will just help give more resonance to your voice. It will help give more confidence to you generally, and it will help your listeners really start to build a picture of what you're saying. It helps your ideas to also stick in their memory. So there we go, those are your three. Bring in some spice, use vocal gravity, and bring in your facial expression and body language to really give yourself that little bit of extra pizzazz and engagement. Good luck.